Google just dropped VEO 3.1 AI video generator model, and it is insane as long as you know how to use it. So in this video, I will show you the prompting techniques with which you can get the best results out of this new state-of-the-art AI video generator model. And my favorite way to use this tool is by heading over to openart.ai, and you will find a link to it in the description. And then just sign up, choose video on the left, and then choose the model from this list. So as you can see, you can access all these different AI video generator models. And for example, here we have VEO 3, and you can choose that. Then you can just drag and drop an image into the view and turn that into a video. Or you can, for example, go to the text to video section and drop a prompt here. And then you can turn that into a video by hitting create. And for example, for this prompt, VEO 3.1 gave me a result that looks like this.
Oxygen levels are dropping faster than expected.
Rerouting power to life support. Hold on.
And now the whole point of this video is for me to demonstrate to you what kinds of inputs you should be giving to these AI video generators to get the best results out of them. And for example, let's type in something very simple here. So hacker typing on a computer. And let's choose the VEO 3.1 model and let's hit create. And here is the video that we get out of it. But to be brutally honest, I don't think that this looks like a hacker typing in front of a computer. I would say that these screens look somewhat of hacky, if you want to call it that way. But the environment and the dude especially don't really look like hackers to me. So let us actually improve the prompts here. So that is the tip number one in this video. So in general, if you want to get good results out of these AI video generators, you need to do something else than just type in something like a cat walking or a dog barking or hacker typing on a computer. For instance, instead of doing hacker typing on a computer, let's do something like this. Medium shot, cyberpunk hacker typing frantically, neon reflections on face, Blade Runner aesthetic, slow push in, audio, mechanical, keyboard clicks, distant sirens. So this is much better. And now let's hit create and let's see what happens this time. And then with a better prompt, we get a better output. As you can see here, we have the hacker and he's making an evil face as his code is about to crush somebody's computer. And we have the sirens and ambient noises and everything. So this is what I mean. So with a simple prompt, you get simple outputs, while with a more descriptive prompt, you get better outputs. And that is as simple as it is. But something worth mentioning is that don't overdo this. So this prompt right here, I would say you could make it like, 2 times longer, even 3 times longer, depending on your case. But if you make it 10x, 20x this amount, then it's just going to confuse the AI. So you might get very strange results. For example, I tried it yesterday with a 500-word prompt, and the result was just terrible. The screen exploded and stuff like that. So it didn't make any sense anymore. So don't give too simple inputs, but don't overdo it either. And that brings me to the tip number 2. So use a specific prompting structure. So as I said before, you don't want to be too simple, but you don't want to get too complicated either. So try to squeeze your prompt into as clearly formatted and as descriptive and as informative piece of information as possible while being as short as possible. And I think the best way to do this is by just using a format like this. Choose your shot type, subject, action, style, then the camera movement and audio cues. And just an example, here is a prompt that I just created. So wide shot, that is the shot type. Then lone android pianist playing in an abandoned jazz bar, that is the subject. Then dust mote swirling through shafts of golden light, cracked holographic advertisements flicker outside the windows. So that is the action. Then the style is melancholic cyber noir tone. Then the camera movement is described as slow pan across the empty tables. And I left audio cues out from this one. So I just entered this into VEO 3.1 and here is the result.
And
Now, in case you're wondering, like, how on earth do you come up with a prompt like this with all these fancy words and all that stuff? Well, just use ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT that you want to create a simple and short prompt with this structure for your AI video generator, and it will come up with stuff like this. And the tip number 3 is to prompt like a filmmaker. And by the way, if you want to find a written guide of this video that you're watching right now, you will find a link to it in the description, so you can find more prompts and examples here. But nonetheless, if you specify your angle to form emotion and perspective for your shots, you will get much better outputs. Just as an example, if you tell your AI video generator to create a low-angle shot, it makes the subject appear imposing or heroic. Or if you do high angle, that signals vulnerability or overview. And if you do an eye-level shot, it is neutral perspective. And just as an example, here's what I got from VEO 3 when I told it to create a low-angle shot of a knight raising his sword in the thunderstorm.
I will not yield.
And also, don't forget to mention lens details or film stock for cinematic texture. So just as an example, if you tell the AI to create a shot on a 50mm lens, it is going to give you basic natural human perspective. But then you can do wide angle lens to give immersive or distorted look. Or you can do a shot on 35mm film, which adds vintage grain and color depth. And just as an example, here is a prompt that I used. So a wide aerial shot at the sunset, shot on a 50mm lens. A fisherman rows across a glossy lake while the morning mist floats on the surface. And here's the video. And then don't forget to add the camera movement to your prompt, such as pan right to reveal, or slow tilt up towards the sky, or tracking shot following the character through the alley. So as an example, close up, steaming cup of coffee on a diner counter at sunrise, condensation drifting up as neon signs flicker outside, soft nostalgic tone, slow pan right to reveal a tired truck driver watching the rain, gentle hum of an old jukebox in the background. And here's the result. And also, don't get me wrong with the next one, so AI can definitely miss your compositional rules, such as if you're trying to teach it the rule of thirds. But for a better shot, you can still hint at framing with phrases such as character framed off center, or leading lines draw the eye towards the horizon. So just an example, wide shot, lone figure on a bridge at night, framed off center, leading lines guide the eye towards the glowing city sunlight. Then the next tip is to describe motion precisely. So the motion is the story in any video. So when you tell the AI to create videos, don't just use basic verbs like walks or runs. Do this instead. So describe how something is moving to express emotion or style. So just an example, sprinting joyfully through the middle, or trudging through the center of town exhausted, something like this. And now let me show you an example. So a young woman sprinting joyfully through a sunlit meadow, wind swirling around her. And here's the result. And although this looks like the most generic piece of stock footage ever, it was able to capture exactly what I wanted. And the next step is to control the speed and the rhythm, so pacing, shapes, tone, and tension, and you can try some of these in your prompts. So slow motion debris falls through the air, or footwork is fast and intricate. And just an example, here is a video. So slow motion debris drifting through the air, emphasizing stillness and reflection, and here's the result. Then the next tip is to create your atmosphere using colors and light. So be descriptive with lights and colors as well in your prompts. So use these types of extensions. So soft golden light filtering through trees, or harsh neon glow from flickering signs. And just an example, I created this very simple prompt video where I say, warm lamplight inside a cozy cottage. Comfort, nostalgia, safety. And then also don't forget to indicate the palette or color temperature. So you can try something like warm color grading with slightly lifted blacks, or cool blue tones for a moody atmosphere. And just an example, another simple prompt with which I created a video using VEO 3.1 is highly saturated retro aesthetic, vibrant, energetic, playful nostalgia. And here's the result. And then the next tip is to use audio. So don't forget that these days VEO 3.1 lets you create sounds for your scenes. So you can describe the audio and you can, for example, tell somebody to say something in your scenes. And in my experience, the best way to do this is by extending your prompt with audio, colon, and then followed by the audio cue. So for instance, you can do this with sound effects like audio, wings flapping, rustling wind, or audio, distinct sizzle of onions hitting a hot pan, something like this. And then don't forget that you can also tweak the background music or add some ambient sounds into your scene. And here's a pro tip. So describe each audio element in a separate sentence in your prompt. And now this ties it all together. So here we have an example. An eagle takes flight from a cliff, da 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 da. Then the camera follows smoothly. Then the audio, wings flapping powerfully. Another audio, soft wind rushing past. And another audio, forest ambience with distant birds. And then yet another piece of audio that is light orchestral music with woodwinds, calm and uplifting. And here's the result. And speaking of audio, you can also master dialogue and lip sync in your video clips using VEO 3.1. So attribute the dialogue clearly. And that basically means that you should always tag the person who is speaking in the shot. So just an example, 2 astronauts inside a dimly lit cockpit, warning lights pulsing across their helmets. Then astronaut 1 says, oxygen levels are dropping faster than expected. Then the astronaut 2 says, rerouting power to life support. Hold on.
Oxygen levels are dropping faster than expected.
Rerouting power to life support. Hold on.
Although there is an extra astronaut in the scene, that is pretty incredible. So we were able to control who says and what. And also, if you have named your characters, make sure that you do it in a similar way. So for example, Jack says and Alice says. So that is the way to control your lip-synced audio clips with dialogues. And speaking of dialogues, specify the tone and delivery in your prompts as well. So just as an example, she shouted urgently, eyes wide with fear. And here's the result.
Look out, it's coming! Run, quickly, get out of the way!
And just remember to be careful when you have multiple speakers in your scene. So limit to 1 or 2 speakers per short clip and repeat the character identifiers before each line. And then remember to just adjust your prompt if this fails. And by the way, if you get those super annoying subtitles that are added sometimes to your VEO 3.1 clips, just add no subtitles to the end of your prompt and that should do the trick.